They called it a conspiracy theory, until the documents bled truth. For decades, these stories were buried under layers of official denial, dismissed as paranoia, ridiculed as fantasy. But in the shadows of declassified archives, the truth waited. But what if the crazies weren't crazy? What if they just saw the pattern before the rest of us? In the 1950s, US scientists needed to measure how much radioactive strontium from nuclear fallout was entering human bodies. Their solution? Secretly collect human bones, especially from children. They didn't ask. They didn't tell. They took bodies from hospitals, morgues, even stillborn infants, without parental consent. Codenamed Project Sunshine, this wasn't rogue science. It was funded by the US Atomic Energy Commission. And when the truth leaked, officials called it necessary for national security. The conspiracy theorists? They were grieving parents who noticed their child's body was missing bones. They were called delusional. Until the secret vault released the memos, priority, infant and child specimens. Adult bones less useful. This wasn't theory, it was policy. For years, journalists claimed the CIA was secretly funding newspapers, magazines, and wire services to shape public opinion. The response? That's Hollywood nonsense. But declassified documents tell a different story. Operation Mockingbird, launched in the 1950s, paid over 25 major news organizations and hundreds of journalists to publish pro-US propaganda. Even Pulitzer winners unknowingly ran CIA-planted stories. The goal? Control the narrative during the Cold War. When exposed in the 1970s, the CIA admitted it, but called it a product of its time. Meanwhile, the journalists who broke the story labeled conspiracy theorists, until the secret vault released payroll records with names. Long before tobacco, another industry perfected the art of deception. In the 1960s, the US military secretly tested biological and chemical weapons on its own troops. Project SHAD, Shipboard Hazard and Defense, exposed thousands of sailors to nerve agents, sarin, and toxic fungi without their knowledge. Many developed chronic illnesses. Some died. For 40 years, the Pentagon denied it. Veterans who spoke up? Discharged as mentally unstable. Then, in 2000, a whistleblower leaked internal reports. The secret vault now holds full test logs. Subjects unaware. No protective gear. Mission success. The government paid settlements, but never admitted wrongdoing, because some truths are too dangerous to own. Everyone knows COINTELPRO targeted black activists. Few know it also declared war on Native Americans. The American Indian Movement, AIM, fought for treaty rights, land, and dignity. The FBI's response? Infiltrate, incite violence, and assassinate leaders. In 1975, 2 FBI agents were killed in a shootout at Pine Ridge. The Bureau used it to frame activist Leonard Peltier, despite evidence he didn't fire the fatal shots. Secret vault files show FBI agents planted evidence, coerced witnesses, and destroyed exculpatory reports. Peltier remains in prison 48 years later. The conspiracy? Not theory. It's documented counterinsurgency against US citizens. You've heard of Big Tobacco, but Big Sugar played the same game earlier, and just as ruthlessly. In 1965, the Sugar Research Foundation paid Harvard scientists $50,000, $500,000 today, to shift blame for heart disease from sugar to fat. The resulting paper shaped US dietary guidelines for 50 years. Millions ate low-fat, high-sugar diets, fueling diabetes and obesity. When researchers uncovered the deal in 2016, the industry called it ancient history. But secret vault archives show the strategy never stopped. One memo reads, "Fund studies that question sugar's role. Attack critics as anti-science." The conspiracy theorists? Nutritionists who lost funding for questioning the dogma. They were right. and they were silenced. MKUltra is famous, but its sibling Economy was deadlier. While MKUltra tested mind control on Americans, Economy developed biological weapons for covert assassinations. Toxins derived from shellfish, paralytic agents, undetectable poisons. The CIA even stockpiled them in U.S. embassies worldwide. In 1970, a CIA scientist died mysteriously after threatening to expose the program. His name? Frank Olson. The official story? Suicide. The secret vault? Holds his autopsy and a note, their weaponizing nature. And no one will ever know. Until now. For 70 years, the U.S. government laughed at UFO sightings, swamp gas, weather balloons, mass hysteria. But secret vault documents prove it was all a cover. Project Blue Book wasn't about science. It was about containment. Internal memos show the Air Force's real goal: divert public attention, encourage ridicule, prevent panic. Meanwhile, pilots and radar operators reported objects moving at impossible speeds. In 2020, the Pentagon finally admitted some UAPs are real, and we don't know what they are. The conspiracy theorists? Vindicated. The real conspiracy? Not the UFOs, but the decades of lies to hide them. So what do these cases teach us? That the label conspiracy theorist is often a weapon used to silence truth-tellers. That power doesn't confess, it conceals, until forced. And that the most dangerous lies aren't to the ones we believe, but the ones we retold are too absurd to question. If you want the unredacted truth, the documents they tried to burn go to the secret vault. Every source, every memo, every smoking gun. Because history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. If this made you question what you thought you knew, subscribe, because next week we expose the conspiracy they're still denying, and you're already living inside it.